Hello everyone, I'm Yumu from Susan's family. Today, I will show you how to make Tribute to Art series, Impressionism bouquet, Monet's Waterlilies. For this electronic chart, you can search for susud.com on the website to view it. This bouquet is divided into two parts, the flower branches and the packaging. We have a separate tutorial for the packaging part. Here, we will only cover the flower branches. Let's get started. There are mainly 6 types of flower branches: daisies, cotton, ferns, irises, blue lotuses, and hydrangeas. Among these, the daisies and cotton do not form separate flower branches. When assembling other flower branches, you can choose to add them in according to your preference. There are several daisies. They are all divided into flowers, calyx, and assembly. The flowers are pre-made and do not need to be made. The calyx starts with the magic ring. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. The stitches used include chains, single crochets, and slip stitches. Let's move forward. Take out the corresponding yarn. Here, make it easy to watch. I will use cotton yarn for demonstration. The colors are random. For specific yarn, color schemes, and hook sizes, refer to the website of this product and the printed chart. Start with an adjustable magic ring. Remember to leave a 40 cm tail before casting on. The magic ring can be larger here. Then chain 1 as the beginning chain for the single crochet. The beginning chain doesn't count as a stitch. Next, work 6 single crochets into the magic ring. After completing, close the ring. You can move the crocheted part to the right. Then pull the yarn tail. Close the ring. Try to pull it tight. Put the excess yarn tail on the right side with clear texture. Finally, work 1 slip stitch into the first single crochet. If you do not know where the very first stitch is, you can count the stitches from back to front. Gently pull to tighten the joining slip stitch. Cut the yarn. Chain 1 to secure. Leave a 5 cm tail and cut off. Pull tight. Weave in the yarn tail following the texture on the wrong side. You can work a few more stitches. Trim excess tail. The calyx is now complete. Cut a piece of thin wire about 30 cm long. The color of the wire in this tutorial is only an example. Follow the actual wire you have. Insert the wire into the center of the magic ring, on the wrong side of the calyx. And a bit into the edge. Twist to secure in place. Apply glue on the wrong side of the calyx. Then take out a daisy. Cut off one daisy. Trim it. Glue it onto the wrong side of the calyx. Make sure the clear and beautiful texture of the flower faces upward. Press to secure. Then wrap the reserved yarn from the calyx around the thin wire. You can apply a little glue at the start. Trim excess tail. Apply a little glue at the end. Secure the yarn tail. One daisy is now complete. Make the rest of the daisies using the same method. Next, let's move to the cotton. Let's look at the finished product. The cotton consists of a shell and a cotton ball. First, complete the cotton ball. Then use the magic ring method. Crochet the shell in rounds. Assemble after completing it. The new stitch techniques used are SC2-in-1 and TR2 tog. Please watch me demonstrate the crocheting method. First, make the inner cotton ball, which means secure those white ball with glue into 5 petals. After applying the glue, you need to hold it tightly for a moment. This makes it more secure. Like this, one cotton ball is completed. Next, repeat this process. Refer to the chart. Make the remaining cotton balls on your own. After completing all the cotton balls, you need to crochet the outer shell next. I will continue to demonstrate with cotton yarn. The color scheme is random. Start with adjustable magic ring. Chain 1 as your beginning chain. 5 single crochets in the first round. Close the ring. Tighten it slightly. Join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. Tighten. The first round is completed. Move on to the second round. Chain 1 as your beginning chain. Work single crochets in each stitch. Weave in the beginning yarn tail as you crochet. Crocheting evenly will make the piece naturally curl. Adjust the piece to make the right side faces out. Join with a slip stitch in the first single crochet. Trim off the excess tail from the cast-on. The second round is completed. Continue to the third round. Start with a chain. Make a SC2 in the slip stitch position. That is, work 2 single crochets in the same stitch. The SC2 is completed. Continue making corresponding SC2s to finish the round. Finish with a slip stitch. The third round is completed. For round 4, crochet the corresponding stitches according to the chart. Please complete it on your own. Now crochet round 5. Start with 3 chains. Work 1 tr2 tog. Yarn over twice. Insert into the stitch below. Yarn over and draw through. There are 4 loops on the hook. Yarn over one after another. Draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat 2 times. 1, 2. 1 unclosed treble crochet is completed. Continue by picking up the next stitch on the left for the second unclosed treble crochet. Yarn over twice. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over one after another. Draw the yarn through the first 2 loops. Repeat 2 times. The second unclosed treble crochet is completed. Finally, yarn over and draw through all the loops once. The tr2 tog is completed. Chain 3. In the second chain from the hook, insert the hook into the half loop and work 1 slip stitch. Continue to pick the half loop of the left side chain and work slip stitch. No need to tighten. Chain 4. Work 1 slip stitch in left side of the tr2 tog entry position below. Slightly tighten. Continue on the next 2 stitches on the left side. Work 2 slip stitches as a bridge. Treat the already crocheted stitches as one group. Continue and crochet another group. Start with 3 chains. Then crochet a tr2 tog. First, pick up the same stitch below and the stitch on the left side. Work 2 unclosed treble crochets. Then yarn over and draw through all loops. 1 tr2 tog is completed. Continue with 3 chains. Begin from the second chain from the hook. Correspondingly make 2 slip stitches. Chain 4. Make a slip stitch in the same insertion position below. Continue with 2 slip stitches as a bridge. The second group is completed. Follow this method all the way down. Complete this round. For the last slip stitch of the last group, crochet into the slip stitch position from the previous round. Leave a 30 cm yarn tail, and fasten off the yarn. Round 5 is completed. The cotton shell is done. After completing the outer shell, assemble the cotton next. Take 2 thin wires, each 30 cm long. Twist them together. Fold them in half. Bend the top into a Y shape. Twist them below. Insert them through the center of the cast-on ring on the wrong side. Make the wire embedded within the shell. Then thread the reserved yarn tail into the sewing needle. With the right side of the shell facing you, insert the sewing needle from front to back into the left side group. The right side entry position of the TR2 tog. Take out the cotton balls, pull it through the center. Then pick up the group of stitches. Through the needle into 2 strands on the tip. Pull the yarn through. Adjust the cotton ball. Match its gaps with the group. Tighten. Then insert at the entry position. Insert at the entry position on the left side. Through the tip on the left side group. Slightly tighten. Then pull through the right side entry position of the TR2 tog on the left side. Insert on the left side. Repeat this process. Continue securing the rest of the groups. Finally, pull through the center. Thread it through all the secured loops. Tighten. This will gather the cotton ball more tightly. Pull the strand out from the bottom. Pick up a few strands and tie a knot. This way, the shell and the cotton balls are assembled. Tidy up the yarn tails. Trim off the excess. Take the yarn from the crocheted shell and wrap it. Secure the yarn ends once completed. This completes one cotton. Make the rest of the cottons using the same method. Next, let's move to the fern. Take a look at the finished product. The fern consists of 3 sizes of leaves: large, medium, and small. Start by crocheting the leaves. When crocheting, add thin wire. Assemble them once completed. Let's get started. Here, I will demonstrate using the large leaf as an example. Take out the corresponding yarn. Swatch here still with cotton yarn for demonstration. Cast on with foundation chain. Hold the yarn in left hand, and the hook in right hand. Make a knot. Pull tight. Chain 7. Then start from the second chain from the hook. Insert the hook into the top half loop, and make 3 slip stitches. Here, you don't need to tighten the slip stitches. Then work 1 slip stitch on the left chain. Insert the hook. Take out the thin wire. Place it above the hook. Leave about 5 centimeters on the left side. Complete the slip stitch. And wrap the wire. We will consider these 5 chains and 4 slip stitches as a small leaf. Then work 1 chain as a bridge. Continue with another small leaf. That is, chain 5. Start from the second chain from the hook. Correspondingly make 4 slip stitches, and wrap the thin wire on the last stitch. Work 1 chain as a bridge. Then crochet another small leaf. Don't forget to wrap the wire on the last stitch. Finish with 1 chain as a bridge. Continue with small leaves. Here, the number of chains for the leaf is reduced by 1. The crocheting method is similar. Wrap the wire on the last stitch again. Follow the chart to continue crocheting small leaves. Please notice the changes in the stitch count for the small leaves. After completing the small leaves at the top, bend the wire downward. Hold it tight. Find the bridge chain below. Pick up the 2 strands of the chain. And the 2 wires behind. Make a single crochet. Continue to crochet a small leaf. For the last slip stitch here, don't need to wrap the wire. Crochet normally. Then insert into the entry position of the other side slip stitch with wrapped wire. Make a single crochet. At the same time, wrap the 2 wires. On the bridge chain below, also crochet a single crochet and wrap the wire. Continue following the chart to crochet small leaves. Between the small leaves, crochet 2 single crochets in the corresponding position. Wrap the wire at the same time. Continue following the chart to crochet all the way down. Please notice the stitch count changes in the small leaves. Don't make it wrong. After finishing the last small leaf, crochet a single crochet in the slip stitch position. Down below, on the starting 2 chains, correspondingly make 2 single crochets. Wrap the wire as well. Leave a 5 cm yarn tail, and fasten off the yarn. Pull tight. Leave about 5 cm of the wire and cut it. Twist the wire. This completes 1 large leaf. Tidy up the shape. We will consider the side with the clearer texture as the right side. The rest of the medium and small leaves are crocheted in similar way. The difference is in the stitch count and quantity for the small leaves. Please refer to the chart to complete all the leaves. After completing the leaves, proceed with the assembly. First, take out 1 large leaf and a flower stem. For the sample, the stitch count of the leaves is random. Refer to your actual project. Place the large leaf with the right side facing up. Put it on the top of the flower stem. Tidy up the yarn tail and the wire. Take the yarn used for crocheting the leaf, wrap it around the flower stem. Start by applying a bit of glue to secure it. Make sure the wrapping is tight and smooth with a nice texture. Wrap about 2 centimeters. Add 2 small leaves to the sides of the large leaf's right side. Also, keep the right side facing forward. Continue wrapping for another 2 centimeters. Further down, add another pair of small leaves. Then continue wrapping for another 2 centimeters. For the sample, do not add any more. After adding 2 pairs of small leaves, add 2 medium leaves using the same method. For the sample, demonstrate with 1 pair as an example. After adding 2 pairs of medium leaves, continue by adding 2 pairs of large leaves. There should be a 2 cm space between each pair of leaves. For the sample, continue demonstrating with 1 pair of large leaves as an example. After all the leaves are added, continue wrapping the stem. Leave about 10 centimeters at the end unwrapped. The length left here can be adjusted based on the actual situation. Secure the yarn tail with glue. Tidy it up. This completes a fern. Make the rest of the ferns using the same method. Next, let's move to the irises. Irises include large petals, medium petals, and small petals. The crocheting method is similar. We will start with the foundation chain. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise along the foundation chain. Wire needs to be added during the crocheting process. Switch colors when crocheting the large petals. Several crochet stitches will be used. They are all marked on the chart. I won't list them one by one here. Here, I'll demonstrate the crocheting method, using the large petals as an example. Take the corresponding yarn. You need to use 2 strands held together while crocheting. You can take yarn from both the center and the outer of the yarn ball. Combine them and use them as one strand. Please note that for this yarn, when you start with a magic ring, you can cut off the sequins at the cast-on position. This makes it easier to close the ring later. The same yarn used for the bouquet is always crocheted with 2 strands held together. I won't repeat this reminder later. To make it easier for watching, I'll demonstrate with cotton yarn. The color is random. Start with a foundation chain. Wrap the yarn tail around your left little finger. Pass it between your middle finger and index finger. Then, pinch the yarn tail with your left thumb and middle finger. Take the hook with your right hand. Position it below the yarn. Wrap the yarn counterclockwise. With your left thumb and middle finger, pinch the crossing point of the loop. Place the hook to the left of the yarn. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. This slip knot does not count as a stitch. Slightly tighten. Adjust the size of the loops on the hook. Now start crocheting chains. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. One chain is completed. Such a V-shaped braid represents one stitch. Continue crocheting chains. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. This is the second stitch. Repeat this process. Continue crocheting chains. Crochet all the way down to the required number of stitches. The foundation chain is now complete. Move on to the first round. Start with one chain as the beginning chain for the single crochet. The beginning chain for single crochet does not count as a stitch. Next, work into the second chain from the hook. Crochet one single crochet, insert into the corresponding half loop above the chain. It's this one strand of yarn. Take out the wire. Place it above the hook. Start by leaving about 10 centimeters. Yarn over and draw through. There are now 2 loops on the hook. Yarn over again. Draw through once. One single crochet is completed. Corresponding to the top right, there is a V-shaped braid. This is the stitch of a single crochet. One braid represents one stitch. Next, work into the adjacent chain on the left side. Crochet one single crochet, pick up the top half loop with the hook. Remember to wrap the wire. Yarn over. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over again, draw through all the loops on the hook. Another single crochet is completed. Continue by picking up the top half loops of the chains. Correspondingly make single crochets. Crochet until the last stitch. Reach the corresponding position. Work 3 single crochets in the last chain. Then rotate the piece. Pick up the remaining 2 strands of the adjacent chain, and correspondingly make single crochets. Note not to pick the same stitch of these 3 single crochets. The yarn tail of the cast-on and the wire. Place them above the hook and wrap them in. Work 1 single crochet in the last chain. Then crochet 1 chain. Insert the hook into the first single crochet stitch, and join with a slip stitch. Insert into the stitch. Bring the wire along. yarn over, draw the yarn through, and draw through all the loops on the hook. Slip stitch completed. The joining slip stitch doesn't count as one stitch. Need to tighten. Next round requires switching colors. Cut the yarn here. Crochet 1 chain to secure. Stretch the loop. Leave about 10 centimeters of yarn tail before cutting. Tighten. If there's extra cast on yarn tail, trim it. Neatly organize the wire. Leave about 10 centimeters before cutting. The first round is now completed. We will consider the side with the clearer texture as the right side. Move on to crochet the second round. Take the corresponding yarn. Join the yarn at the slip stitch position from the previous round. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Joining complete. Start with 1 chain. Work 1 single crochet in the same stitch. Weave in the yarn tail. Then continue picking up stitches and crocheting the corresponding number of single crochets. Complete with 1/2 double crochet. Yarn over once. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the loops on the hook. Half double crochet complete. The braid on the top right is its stitch. Then work 1 HDC 2-in-1 in the stitch on the left. That is, work 2 half double crochets in the same stitch. Crochet the first one first. Yarn over once. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the loops on the hook. Half double crochet complete. Crochet the second one. After completing, the HDC 2-in-1 is done. Continue with 1 double crochet. Yarn over once. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. There are 2 loops left. Yarn over and draw through. Double crochet complete. The braid on the upper right is the stitch. Continue with 1 DC 2-in-1. That is, make 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Crochet the first one. Yarn over once. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. Repeat twice. Double crochet complete. Make another double crochet in the same position. The DC 2-in-1 is now complete. Alternate crocheting double crochets and DC 2-in-1s downward. Repeat 3 times. After completing, crochet 1 DC 3-in-1 on the left stitch. That is, make 3 double crochets in the same position. The DC 3-in-1 is now complete. Now move to the other side. Refer to the chart and crochet stitches symmetrical to the right side. After the last single crochet is completed, chain 1 as a bridge. This completes the second round. Continue with the third round. Place the thin wire behind. Start from the first single crochet stitch of the previous round. Correspondingly make 5 slip stitches. Insert. Draw the yarn through. Pull through all the loops on the hook. Slip stitch completed. Do not tighten. Continue crocheting. Continue with 5 single crochets. One HDC 2-in-1. One double crochet and 1 DC 2-in-1. Alternate crocheting double crochets and DC 2-in-1s downward. Continue crocheting all the way to the HDC 2-in-1 position on the other side. When you reach the corresponding position, work 1 HDC 2-in-1. Five single crochets. Five slip stitches. One chain as a bridge. The third round is completed. Continue to crochet round 4. Pick up the braid formed by the slip stitch from the previous round. Correspondingly make slip stitches. Then pick up the stitches and correspondingly make single crochets. Below, pick up the stitches and correspondingly make single crochets. In between, one chain as a bridge. Work this method all the way to the HDC 2-in-1 position on the other side. After completing the single crochets in the half double crochets, continue to work single crochets in the single crochets. Work slip stitches in the slip stitches. Finally, in the chain from the previous round, work one slip stitch. If you can't find the correct position, you can estimate the position and crochet. Then fasten off. Tighten. Tidy it up. This completes one large petal. The rest of the large petals are crocheted in the same way. Next, I'll use a swatch to explain how to crochet small petals and medium petals. A small petal has only one round. When crocheting, add thin wire. At this end, in the final chain, crochet 5 double crochets. Then continue by picking up the remaining 2 strands and crocheting. Do not crochet a chain at the end. Simply join with a slip stitch in the starting single crochet. Leave about 10 centimeters of wire and trim. The method for medium petals is similar to that of large petals. It just has fewer rounds. Don't need to switch colors. Add thin wire in the first round. Do not finish with a slip stitch. After completion, leave about 10 centimeters of wire and trim. Then continue crocheting in rounds. Finally, leave about 10 centimeters of yarn tail, and fasten off the yarn. The remaining small and medium petals are crocheted in the same way. That concludes the tutorial for the petals. Now, let's assemble. Take out the iris's petals and the stem. First, place the 3 small petals, with the right side facing up. Twist the thin wires together. Make sure the ends are aligned. Tidy them up. Take the yarn used for crocheting the petals. Wrap it underneath the petals. Start applying a bit of glue. Make sure the wrapping at the bottom is tight. Ensure the wrapping is tight and smooth. Wrap for about 2.5 centimeters. Place it on one end of the stem. Next, take the 3 medium petals. Place them with the right side facing up. Distribute them around the stem. Tidy it up. Continue wrapping with the same yarn for about 1 centimeter. Then cut the yarn. Secure it with glue. Next, take the 3 large petals. The stitch pattern for swatch is not for specific reference. Place them with the right side facing up. Distribute them staggered from the medium petals. Tidy them up. Then take the corresponding yarn. Continue wrapping. The yarn used here is random. You can add daisies or cotton during wrapping. The number of daisies is random. You can add 1 cotton. Use 1 daisy here to demonstrate. Adjust the position. Make sure the daisy is visible when packaging. Please notice that daisies and cotton can be added to any flower branch. The amount added each time can be adjusted. Choose according to your preference. I won't demonstrate again the assembly of daisies and cotton when assembling. Wrap until you reach the bottom of the stem and leave about 10 centimeters. Cut the yarn. The specific length left can be adjusted. Adjust according to your needs. Apply glue to secure the tail. One iris is now assembled. Tidy up the petals. Assemble the remaining irises using the same method. Let's learn about the blue lotus now. It consists of petals, the center, and assembly. The petals are divided into large petals and small petals. The crocheting method is similar. Both start with a foundation chain. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Add wire in the last round. The center consists of the main part pistils and beads. Start with the magic ring method. Crochet the main part in rounds, then crochet the pistils on the main part. Next, attach the beads. At the end, assemble them together. New stitches be used, SC2 tog. Let's get started. First we will make the small petal. Cut a 20 centimeters wire in advance. Take the right yarn. Start by chaining 14. Chain 1 to start. Begin from the second chain from the hook. Pick up the half loop above the chain. Work into the corresponding stitch. Complete this round. Finish this last single crochet. Chain 1 as a bridge. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The first round is now complete. Move on to the second round. Start with 1 chain. Pick up the stitch from the previous round. Make 1 single crochet. Then in the adjacent stitch on the left, make 1 SC2 in 1, that is, work 2 single crochets in this position. 1, 2, SC2 in 1 completed. Continue according to the chart, working the corresponding stitches. Complete this round. Please notice 2 single crochets at the tip. Work them into the chain space from the previous round. Work 2 chains in the middle for the connection. Finally, in this chain space, make 1 single crochet, 2 chains, and 1 single crochet. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Tighten. The second round is completed. Continue with the third round. Make 1 beginning chain. Work 1 single crochet in each stitch. While crocheting, wrap the green wire. At the ending chain space position. First, pick up the chain space and make 1 single crochet. As you crochet, wrap the end of the wire well. Work 2 chains as a bridge. Pull the starting position wire end over. Continue and work 1 single crochet in the chain space. As you crochet, wrap this end of the wire well. Then, pick up the stitch on the left and work 1 single crochet. Also, don't forget to wrap this wire. Then join with a slip stitch. Tighten. Work 1 chain to secure. Leave about 10 centimeters of yarn tail, and cut the yarn. Bring these 2 wires together. Wrap the reserved yarn tail a few times to secure. Then, secure the remaining yarn tail in the middle of the wire. This small petal is completed. Continue following this method. Crochet the corresponding number of small petals. The crocheting method for the large petals is similar to the small petals, but the number of stitches is different. Refer to the video tutorial. Follow the chart and crochet them all. Next, crochet the flower center. Start with the main part of the flower center. You need to combine 2 corresponding yarns. I will continue using 1 cotton yarn for the demonstration here. The color is random. Begin with adjustable magic ring. Crochet 6 single crochets in the first round. After completing, close the ring. Join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The first round is complete. Move on to the second round. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Pick up the back loop of the stitches. Make 1 SC2 in 1. Continue picking up the back loops of the adjacent stitches on the left. Make SC2 in 1S. Complete this round. After completing, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The yarn tail from the cast-on has been weaved in for one round. You can cut it directly. The second round is complete. Continue with the third round. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain. Pick up the back loop of the stitch. Make 1 single crochet. Continue picking up the back loop of the adjacent stitches on the left. Make 1 SC2 in 1. The crocheting rules. Picking up the back loop of the stitches, 1 single crochet, 1 SC2 in 1, repeating this rule. This method is called even 1, increase 1. Below, follow this crocheting rule, and crochet the entire round. At the end, join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. The third round is completed. Round 4, pick up the back loops of the stitches. Evenly crochet a single crochet. Please crochet this round on your own. Move on round 5. Starting from this round, pick up stitches to crochet. Make 1 beginning chain to start. Pick up stitch to crochet 1 single crochet. Then crochet 1 SC2 tog. Insert the hook into the left stitch. Draw the yarn through. This is an unclosed single crochet. Then in the adjacent stitch, hook another unclosed single crochet. Yarn over. And draw through these 3 loops at once. The SC2 tog is now completed. The rule for this round is 1 single crochet, 1 SC2 tog, repeat. Follow this rule. Work the entire round. And join with a slip stitch in the first stitch. Pull tight. Round 5 is completed. For the next round, pick up stitches. 1 single crochet in each stitch. Please complete this round on your own. After completing, stuffing is needed. Fluff up the stuffing and stuff it in. You can use the hook to help. Once it's roughly full, shape the curve of the piece. This completes the stuffing. Continue with round 7. Start with a chain 1. Work 6 SC2 togs. When done, join with a slip stitch. Fasten off normally. As you can see, this is the main part of the flower center. Next, we'll crochet the pistils. I'll continue using cotton yarn for the demonstration. There are 2 layers of pistils. Let's start with the first layer. Position the main part with the right side facing you. The cast-on position should be at the top. You can see that the remaining half loops of first 3 rounds. This forms 3 rounds of line segments. Pick the middle round. Join the yarn to any small line segment. Make a loose knot with the yarn tail. Insert the hook into the line segment. Pull the loop through. Adjust the loop size. Chain 7. Start from the second chain from the hook. Pick up the upper loop of the chain. Work 1 stitch into each stitch. Crochet 6 slip stitches. When completed, pick up the adjacent segment on the left and crochet 1 slip stitch to connect. Treat this group of chains and slip stitches as a pistil. I'll demonstrate one more. First, chain 7. Starting from the second chain from the hook. Correspondingly make 6 slip stitches. When finished, pick up the adjacent segment on the left and crochet 1 slip stitch to connect. Another pistil is completed. Continue all the way down with this method. Crochet 1 pistil on each segment. Complete this round. After the last pistil is completed, crochet 1 slip stitch on the segment on the left to connect. The first layer of pistils is now complete. Continue crocheting the second layer of pistils. Crochet 1 chain as bridge. Pick up the adjacent segment underneath. Crochet 1 slip stitch. Carry the yarn tail to this position. Then crochet 9 chains. Starting from the second chain from the hook. Work 8 slip stitches correspondingly. Then slip stitch into the adjacent segment on the left. One pistil is now complete. Follow these steps all the way down. On each segment, correspondingly make 1 pistil. Complete this round. After completing, fasten off. Weave in the beginning and ending yarn tail inside the main piece. The pistils are now completed. Next, make the string of beads. Cut a piece of silver wire about 20 centimeters in length. Insert a yellow wool bead. Fold the wire in half. Twist it slightly below the bead. Then, insert the twisted wire into 3 yellow wool beads. A string of beads is now complete. Take out the flower center. Insert the twisted wire into any segment from the first round stitch. Exit at the opening position of the last round. If it's hard to insert here, you can also thread the wire into a sewing needle. Use the sewing needle to insert. Tighten. One string of beads is now assembled. Follow these steps. At the corresponding position of each single crochet in the first round, assemble one of these strings of beads. As you can see, this is what looks like when the center beads completed. Next, assemble the pieces. Take a thick wire. Apply a bit of glue at the top. Then insert it into the opening of the flower center. Smooth out the thin wires. Then take 4 small petals, with the right side facing up. Arrange them around the flower center. Then take the remaining petals. Arrange them in circles below. The number of small petals is random here. Also with the right side facing up. Arrange them below the small petals. Please stagger the petals. After adjusting the positions, apply a bit of glue below the petals. Then take the corresponding color yarn. Wrap the flower stem. Until about 10 centimeters wire is left. Secure with glue when done. Trim any excess yarn tails. This Blue Lotus tutorial is complete. Now, let's move on to the hydrangea. Here's the finished product. The hydrangea is made up of individual small flowers. The small flowers have multiple color schemes. They are all divided into the main part and the flower core. The main part starts with a foundation chain. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. After finishing, make the flower core. Add the leaves last. Then assemble into a bouquet. Let's get started. First, chain 1. For this chain, don't crochet too loosely to prevent the hole from getting bigger later. Now let's crochet the first round. Make 2 chains as beginning chains. Work 1 double crochet into half loop of the starting chain. Next is a CH1 picket. Then, in the starting chain, work 1 double crochet, 2 chains. Work 1 slip stitch in the same position. No need to tighten. We will consider the already crocheted stitches as one group. This round will be repeating this group. Crochet a total of 4 groups. Continue crocheting down. If there's only a few space to crochet, shift the crocheted stitches to the right. Once finished, make 1 chain to secure. Leave a 1/5 cm yarn tail, and fasten off the yarn. One small flower is now crocheted. We will consider the clearer texture side as the right side. Next, we will assemble. First, make the flower core. Cut a 20 cm long wire. Take out the purl. Insert the wire. Then take out the small flower. Insert one end of the wire through the center side of the flower right side. The other end should be inserted from the other side to the wrong side. Pull tight. Pinch the wire tightly. Try not to show the wire on the right side. Twist the wire. Apply a little glue to the top of the wire. The cast-on yarn tail should be placed against the wire. Wrap with the reserved yarn tail around the wire. Finally, secure the yarn tail. The small flower is now assembled. Assemble the remaining small flowers in the same way. Next, let's move to the leaves. We will start with the foundation chain. Crochet in rounds counterclockwise. Wrap the wire as you crochet. The new stitch technique used is the DC2 tog. Let's get started. Cast on and the first round. The technique is similar to the first round of the rose leaf. Wrapping the wire while crocheting. Please refer to the chart and follow the previous demonstration to complete it. Here, I have already crocheted this part in advance. Now, let's crochet the second round. For this round, don't need to wrap the wire. Chain 1 as the beginning chain. Crochet according to the chart. In the first of the 3 single crochets at the tip, make 1 single crochet. Make 1 single crochet in the single crochet on the left side. 1 chain, 1 single crochet, then rotate the piece. Crochet symmetrical stitches to the other side. After completing, make 1 single crochet in the last single crochet, then join with the first stitch with a slip stitch. Remember to wrap the wire and pull tight. This completes the second round. Continue with the third round. Make 1 chain as your beginning chain, then crochet 1 single crochet, followed by a CH1 picot. Refer to the chart. Continue until the 6th picot position. The next stitch is a DC2 tog. Start with 2 unclosed double crochets. Yarn over once. Insert into the left stitch. Pull the yarn through. Then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. The first unclosed double crochet is completed. Then crochet the second stitch. Yarn over once. Insert into the left stitch. Pull the yarn through. Then yarn over and draw through the first 2 loops. The second stitch is completed. At this point, there are 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through. The DC2 tog is now completed. Then crochet a CH1 picot. When crocheting, pick up the 3 strands below together. Move on to the second DC2 tog. The first unclosed stitch. Crochet into the same position on the left side of the previous decrease. The second unclosed stitch. Crochet in the adjacent position. Then yarn over and draw through. The second DC2 tog is now completed. Continue to crochet a CH1 picot. Then crochet the third DC2 tog. Please notice the insertion position. Then crochet a CH1 picot. Continue crocheting according to the chart. When you reach the chain position, pick up the chain space and crochet a single crochet, a double crochet, and a CH1 picot, a chain, a single crochet. After completing, crochet symmetrical stitches on this side. Then, at the last single crochet, crochet 1 single crochet, and join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Wrap the thin wire. Leave a 10 cm yarn tail, and fasten off the yarn. The third round is now completed, and the leaf is finished. Now, let's assemble. Take out all the small flowers. Arrange them neatly. Here you can make the small flowers into 1 or 2 branches based on preference. For the sample, the number and colors of the flowers are random. Follow the actual project you have. Leave about 5 cm at the top. Wrap around the flower stem. Take the yarn used for crocheting leaves and yarn around. Remember to keep the flowers at the top on the same plane. Try not to expose the stem. Wrap about 4 cm. Add the leaves. Continue wrapping until finished. Please notice, the leaves should be right side facing up. Organize the yarn tail. The process of making the hydrangea is explained. Up to this point, the process of the flower branch is explained. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website, Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.